Just about to get underway here in the men's Visport Quiche semi-final.
Quake
semi-final. I'm glad you pronounced that, Craig. It's Sweden against Greece, and this should be another very, very interesting game.
Yeah, I've had the opportunity to speak to the organisers of the Swedish setup, and yeah, they're doing a lot of great work back in the country, and for a lot of players coming out of Gothenburg and other cities across Sweden.
Shot comes in there from Pontus. Still 0-0. The game's only started in. What exactly is this part of the competition, Craig? What exactly is this that they're playing for?
It's a trophy that was set up in Glasgow last year, and obviously with the organisation, there's so many teams, especially male teams, 48 I believe. The idea behind the trophies, 6 of them there is just to really try and give all of the teams going into the final days that competitive spirit, and really look forward to trying to take home some silverware to their respective countries.
And that was a good save a few seconds ago from Rambo Abishi to deny the strike from Matthias. Still 0-0 as the Greeks come forward again.
So this particular trophy is for teams that finished 4th, 5th and 6th in the first stage of the competition, which was played out over the first few days last week. And then what happens then is that in stage 2, 4 groups of 6 teams would play out for a chance to win one of the three lower tiered trophies, as it were, the Shield, the Globe and the Quake. So here we have 2 teams, Sweden and Greece, who finished 5th and 6th in their respective groups.
And what an effort that was, just over the top of the crossbar. That was from Erich, and Sweden have started the better side.
They have, yeah. They're testing the Greek goalkeeper, playing some nice football, and just if it wasn't for that goalkeeping save there, we could have been 1-0 up.
You saw Russia-Ireland the last game. How did that go? How do you think that went? Are Russia serious contenders for this tournament?
They are, and they always will be, thanks to their programme that they have in place there. And they've got a lot of fighting spirit. They've got a lot of good technical players. And last year they made it to the semi-finals, and I was fully expecting them to go to the semi-finals again this year. They've also got previous players from, for example, last year on their coaching staff, so that will obviously work well for them in terms of giving them some level of experience, and telling the players what it's like to go into those powder keg matches like they were today.
Absolutely. I got a little present earlier, like I mentioned on earlier, from Ashley Young, the Northern Ireland goalkeeper, giving me some gloves for tonight's coaches volunteers match. You've got a little present too, Craig.
Yeah, I mean, I'm particularly gobsmacked with this one. I've been doing a bit of translating for the Costa Rican team, as I was last year, so even though they get beat today in their quarter-final match, the coach came and found me and presented me with a kind of traditional wooden slate that's been that has some decoration made with coloured rice.
It's outstanding, it really is. Absolutely outstanding.
Look forward to putting that up on my wall at home.
Absolutely. Here comes Sweden, and they have taken the lead. Sweden 1, Greece 0, and it's a lovely finish by that man again, Matthias. He has been their main man in this tournament. Goal after goal after goal. Zlatan Ibrahimovic, like, take a bow.
Great finish outside of the right boot into the far corner, with the Greek keeper having no chance whatsoever there. Well worth the lead, Sweden.
And obviously tomorrow, if Greece lose this game now, what happens to them tomorrow? Because of course they have another game.
Yeah, tomorrow they'll play in a playoff position, just to see where the final finish will be. Obviously not taking part in the final for the Quake. And no one goes home a loser in the Homeless World Cup, so they, like every other team, will receive a medal that they can take home, hang up on the wall and show off to their friends and family.
Absolutely brilliant. Ball comes forward again into that man, Matthias. Good little flick. Well, it's good save there from Rambo Abishi. Myself and Paul, we've been talking about impressive names in this tournament. There's another one, Rambo.
Yeah, there's definitely a good few dotted around the tournament. I mean, just naturally with the amount of teams we have here, as I say, 48 male nations, 24 female nations competing from every walk of life, every kind of distinct culture. And it's been fascinating. Even just looking at the team sheets, you get excited about two different cultures playing against each other.
100% agree. And
it was interesting to know, I was speaking to the Greek coach earlier on today, and that's the first thing he looks for when he gets teams, when teams get to the tournament. He looks for sides that are really kind of different to the Greek side, so that, because he knows that there's going to be that cultural mix between the two teams. So the further away from Greece, the better for him.
Incredible. It really is incredible. Free kick here for the Greeks. Greeks all in blue. If you want to read some of Craig's stories, just log on to the homelessworldcup.org website. Like I said earlier, his article about the Indian team Rapanti was just one of a few absolutely fantastic written pieces. So, how much have you enjoyed this World Cup?
It's something you really can't put into words. Just the possibility of being here with so many different nations and having the possibility, as I do, to go out there every day, not knowing what I'm going to dig up, what stories, what kind of journeys that people have been on, and just really re-emphasising time after time the importance that the Homeless World Cup is playing on these players' journeys and football in general, having the ability to come together and practice sport, look after yourself and enjoy yourself in the company of others and teammates.
Nice little piece of play there from Sweden. Magnus, his cross-come shot blocked out there by Tassios, who's been a very, very impressive performer from the Greek side. Just coming to the end of the first half, Sweden 1, Greece 0. Sweden have looked comfortable, haven't they, Craig?
They have, yeah, passing the ball about well, taking their chances with that goal earlier on, and not really getting caused too many problems by that Greek side.
Absolutely, and of course, Craig, we have to thank the viewers back home so much for watching. We really appreciate every
goals for the future that perhaps they didn't have going into this tournament.
100% agree with you. Absolutely right.
And even the fact of being part of a team is something foreign to the mind of a lot of these players, because something that homelessness really is, well, that's really important about this tournament is the idea of working together in a team. And for a lot of people that have suffered the plight of homelessness, isolation is a big part of that and plays a big part of that.
Coming up next on this pitch, we've got a cracker. It's the women's Fritex Plate semi-final. The first one, Greece against Netherlands. What a game that should be.
Yeah, great. I've had the chance to speak to the Greek captain. I think she's only 17 years old, from an orphanage in the north of Greece. And she's enjoying every single minute of it. She always wants to get on the park. She comes off from a sub, she wants to get back on. And I asked her if she finds herself under increased pressure that she is captain. But for her, there's no pressure whatsoever. It's all about enjoying that role and wearing the armband and really giving her players that motivation to try and succeed.
And as we speak, it's a good chance for Sweden. And it's 2 for that man. Number 10, Matthias, as good as you like, Craig, picked his spot and said, thank you very much.
Just gave the keeper the eyes there, and you couldn't have hit a sweeter shot right into the corner of the net. Almost as if he was playing Italia 90 on the video game.
Absolutely. What a game that was, by the way.
Talk about reminiscing.
Here he comes again.
Nice little nutmeg there.
Absolutely. We still haven't saw a header in this pitch. Craig, why is it so difficult?
It's just the height of the goal, and it's really about, it takes a very extra special technique to be able to pull that off. Saw an Indian player nearly do it earlier on today in the women's team, and I think one of the Portuguese players almost pulled it off as well. So
yes.
We'll get there. We've still got a full day of competition left, the finals, and I'm sure somebody's going to pull it out.
I have saw everything so far apart from that header. And here's Matthias. Lovely play from the Swedes again. They look like they're heading to the semi-final of this particular competition.
Yeah, can't write them off. Although Greece, 2 goals and they're back in it here. Plenty of time left, 4 minutes 50 seconds.
And I should say, it's actually the final. If Sweden win this, they will be in the final tomorrow of this competition. And that will be Either that will be against South Korea or Australia. South Korea, I was over there watching it. They scored. I'm not sure how that finished. So that will be interesting.
Yeah, and again, at this level of the competition, obviously moving away from the top tier, the likes of the Mexicos and Chiles, these are teams that are built up on not on ability and not on just desire to win matches, but players that have really seen that journey and really excelled in the respective organisations and the street soccer environments in their countries. So for me, they've won as much as the other teams that are really in it for the main trophies.
100%.
There's no reason why they can't come away tomorrow feeling the same sense of gratitude and the same sense of thankfulness for being able to be here representing their country in front of these fantastic crowds and playing against such fantastic other teams.
Absolutely. Opposition, every single game in this tournament has been excellent. And there it is, that hat-trick from that man, Matthias. Just got round the back of the Greek defence and places it again. He is so cool in front of goal.
This guy can go home after the tournament finishes, take those boots off and put them in a frame because he's deserved it. He's been absolutely exceptional. He has.
There he goes again. Oh, lovely little piece of footwork. Shot comes in just wide of the target. The Swedes reminiscent for their footballing ability, and this side certainly are. No, and that's nothing against the Greeks because they put in a heck of a performance today.
It's true, yeah. I'm actually being reminded of the 92 World Cup side of the likes of Thomas Brolin and Kenneth Anderson. You know, they've got the jerseys on, and who's to say that they're not feeling the same sense of pride in wearing that jersey than the full internationals are?
Absolutely. Absolutely agree with you, Craig. And here they go again. Nice piece of play. Shot comes in. Very, very unlucky. So close to the 4. And that's Magnus that time. 2 minutes to go. Sweden 3, Greece 0. I don't like to say it, Craig, but final for tomorrow for the Swedes?
Yeah, without a shadow of a doubt.
Looks like Greece are tiring just slightly. Of course, there's a coaches and volunteers match tonight I think we have to talk about, because obviously we've got these players in the pitch, but without the coaches and volunteers, it's massive. And just as we see Greece, they've pulled the goal back, and that was a nice strike there by the number 4, and that was Zempras. Really, really good finish.
Yeah, it was. And touching on what you said there about the volunteers, they are, I should say, the glue that makes this tournament work. Without their hard work and dedication.
And that's 4 for Matthias. A lovely finish. 4 from him, and he is really living up to that number 10 shirt.
He's flying there, even if it was a wee toe poke into the corner of the net. Yeah, as I was saying about volunteers, it's their hard work and determination and effort that puts this tournament together. There wouldn't be pitches built, there wouldn't be referees on the park, there wouldn't be people looking after the other teams, there wouldn't be people getting fed and watered and really hydrated for the matches, which is also very important.
Massive.
None of this would happen if it wasn't for the volunteers who gave up their own free time or their own time, I should say, in coming here. And many of whom are from countries such as Scotland, England, Ireland, Wales, Northern Ireland, came over, paid for their own flights over, just to become a part of it.
Absolutely. 4-1 for Sweden with 35 seconds to go. This is my very first tournament, and I got to say it's been very, very good. It's been very, very special.
There's something about it. You get bitten by the bug, just as the players do that come back and
it's 5 for the man again. Matthias, 5 for him, 5 for Sweden.
Exceptional play. The guy's on absolute fire, and hopefully he can retain that edge and sharpness going into the final tomorrow.
Will he get 6? Oh, he hits it just wide. Yeah, the final tomorrow, of course, against South Korea or Australia. You can log on to the homelessworldcup.org website to find exactly who that is. I hope to bring you that score update later. What a game, Craig.
Yeah, sensational. Really good performance by Sweden, and you can see just now on the park what it means.